Why would the most powerful countries on Earth care about a frozen island where almost nobody lives? No cities, no highways, no crowds. And yet, behind closed doors, this place is being quietly studied, negotiated, and at one point, openly discussed as something that could be bought. Not because of what Greenland looks like today, but because of what it controls. The skies above it, the oceans around it, and the future unfolding beneath its ice. For centuries, Greenland was ignored. Then suddenly, it wasn't. Military planners started watching it, economists started circling it, and climate scientists realized something unsettling. If Greenland changes, the world changes with it. And that's when the attention began. To understand why Greenland matters, you have to stop thinking of it as remote. On a map, Greenland looks like the edge of the world. In reality, it sits at the center of something much bigger. Greenland lies between North America and Europe, right where the Atlantic meets the Arctic. Every major route that crosses the top of the planet passes near it or over it. That makes Greenland more than land. It makes it a gateway. Aircraft traveling between continents pass above its skies. Submarines move through the waters around it, and signals pass silently through the space above it. Whoever understands Greenland's position can see farther, earlier, and more clearly. During the Cold War, this mattered for nuclear missiles. Today, it matters for something even broader: global defense, global trade, and a warming planet reshaping the Arctic itself. Greenland didn't change its position. The world changed around it. Greenland wasn't always a prize. For most of human history, it was simply a place people tried to survive. More than 1,000 years ago, Norse explorers reached its shores. They settled, they named it, and eventually, they vanished. For centuries after that, Greenland sat quietly at the edge of the known world, too cold to conquer, too distant to control. That changed in the 20th century. As technology shrank the planet, Greenland's position suddenly mattered. Bombers no longer traveled along oceans, they traveled over the Arctic. Missiles didn't follow borders, they followed the shortest path. And that shortest path passed straight over Greenland. During the Cold War, the island became a silent watchtower, early warning systems, radar stations, listening posts. Greenland wasn't chosen because it was powerful. It was chosen because it was unavoidable. The Cold War ended, but Greenland never stopped watching. What changed wasn't the island, it was the world around it. Today, modern missiles move faster, satellites see farther, and threats arrive with far less warning. That makes early detection everything. From Greenland, it's possible to monitor large portions of the Northern Hemisphere, to track objects moving through space, and to detect launches long before they reach their targets. Seconds matter. That's why Greenland still hosts some of the most sensitive monitoring infrastructure on Earth. Not armies, not tanks, information. Because in modern conflict, the side that sees first decides first. And Greenland sits exactly where seeing first becomes possible. Not by choice, by geography. For decades, Greenland's value was defined by its position. Then something began to change: the ice. Greenland holds one of the largest ice sheets on Earth, a frozen mass so vast it influences oceans, weather systems, and sea levels across the planet. For thousands of years, that ice barely moved, until recently. As global temperatures rise, the ice has begun to melt faster than scientists once expected. Not dramatically, not all at once, but steadily. And as the ice retreats, it reveals something Greenland never had before: access. New coastlines, new waters, new routes across the top of the world. Places once locked away by ice are now becoming reachable. Greenland didn't open itself to the world, the climate did. And when geography changes, power follows. As the ice retreats, it doesn't just expose land, it exposes value. Beneath Greenland's surface lie minerals the modern world depends on: rare earth elements, critical metals. The the materials used to build smartphones, wind turbines, electric vehicles, and advanced defense systems. These resources are not rare because they don't exist. They're rare because they're difficult to access and tightly controlled. Today, much of the world depends on a small number of suppliers. That makes independence valuable. Greenland offers possibility, not easy wealth, not instant extraction. Mining here is expensive, infrastructure is limited, and environmental risks are real. But in geopolitics, potential matters almost as much as reality, because whoever shapes access to future resources shapes future influence. And Greenland represents leverage, waiting. For years, interest in Greenland stayed discreet, discussed in policy papers, military briefings, closed meetings, until suddenly it didn't. A sitting world leader publicly suggested that Greenland should change hands, not through war, but through purchase. The reaction was immediate. Denmark rejected the idea outright. Allies expressed concern, and Greenland's own leaders made something clear. This was not an object to be acquired. To many, the idea sounded absurd, even humorous. But behind the reaction was an uncomfortable truth. The suggestion didn't come from nowhere. It reflected decades of strategic thinking suddenly spoken out loud. Greenland had become too important to ignore and too valuable to pretend otherwise. The attention on Greenland wasn't isolated. It was part of something larger. As the Arctic warms, nations around the world are looking north, not out of curiosity, out of necessity. Russia has expanded its Arctic presence, reopening bases, modernizing ports, treating the region as a core security frontier. China, thousands of miles away, has declared itself a near-Arctic power, investing, researching, positioning. European nations are reassessing their defenses. Shipping companies are recalculating routes. Energy planners are watching carefully. The Arctic is no longer a blank space at the top of the map. It's becoming a shared arena. And in that arena, Greenland stands out. Because it doesn't just sit in the Arctic, it anchors it. Amid all this global attention, there's one perspective often overlooked: the people who actually live there. Greenland is home to a small population, largely indigenous Inuit communities, whose relationship with the land stretches back thousands of years. For them, the ice is not a strategic asset. It's memory, livelihood, identity. Decisions made in distant capitals don't feel abstract here. They shape jobs, culture, and the future of an entire way of life. Greenland is not empty. It's inhabited. And its people have made something clear: their future is not for sale. As global interest grows, so does a deeper question: who gets to decide what Greenland becomes? So why does everyone want Greenland? Not for its silence, not for its snow, but for what it represents. A strategic vantage point in a world growing more uncertain. A store of resources in a future defined by scarcity. A climate signal showing how fast the planet is changing. And a test of whether power listens or simply takes. Greenland did not ask to become important. The world made it so. And as the ice shifts, as roots open, and as attention grows, what happens in Greenland will not stay in Greenland. Because sometimes, the places that seem far away are the ones shaping our future the most. Thank you for watching. If this made you see the world a little differently, subscribe and join us here on WhyVerse, where curiosity meets understanding, and we explore the forces that quietly shape our future. See you in the next one.